day, my wonderful students out there learning. This is Vondabaic Academy online class. This morning, we'll start with government. I am Ijoma Osondu Precious. The last topic we had on government was the state. We defined the concept of the state. So we define the state as a politically organized body of people occupying a definite geographical area, and they are entirely free from external control. And this group of people that are free from external control, they have independent government. In other words, they are sovereign. Also, in our last class, we defined what the term sovereignty means, sovereign. So for a state, for a country of a particular region to be declared a state, that particular state must be independent, which can be called sovereign. We also have defined what the concept of government means. We have defined the government as an institution of the state. We have defined the government as a process or act of governing. We have also defined the government as an academic field of study. In this Vondabaic online class, we have also considered and looked into the importance, the essence, the importance of studying government. And I believe you all out there listening and watching me have all known the importance of government, have now known what the state means. So this day, we are going to look at the relationship between government and the state. The relationship between the government and the state. The government and the state. Please, students, you should also know that I told you, before you properly understand what the concept of the state means, you must know what federalism means. Because the state we mean here do not mean the 36 states we have in Nigeria. So this 36 states we have in Nigeria is otherwise called the regions, sharing power with the central government. If you don't call it region, if you don't call it component region, you call it what? States. So if you want to understand what the state means, you should know what federalism means. I also told you that federalism is a system of government whereby powers are shared. Powers are shared between who and who? Between the central government that represents the whole state and the government of the component regions or states. So Abia State is a component region sharing what? Power with the central government. Imo State is also a component region sharing power with the what? Central government. So if you don't call it state, you call it what? Component region. I believe that is clear. Back to the topic we have this day, relationship between the government and the state. We have defined the government as an agency or machinery through which the will of the state, the objectives of the state is made and actualized. A body of people vested with power. Mark you, we are looking at what? Government. The body of people vested with what? Power. To do what? Regulate the activities of the entire people. That is what government means. Why the state, which we have defined this day, is the what? Politically organized body of people occupying a definite geographical area or territory. That is what state means. So the state here also means, when you say state here, we do not mean the state. The state we mean here refers to country. Country. Although state and country can be used interchangeably. When we refer to country, we are referring to a particular territory of that particular what? Region. That is country. That is what? Country. Alright. Now, government and the state. What is the relationship between the government and the state? What you should know is that government and the state, they are complementary to each other. I believe you know what the word complement means. That means if the government is not there, the state cannot function. Mark you, students, the state simply means the state is an abstract entity. You can't touch the state. You can't feel the state. So the state cannot be if there is no government. If there is no body of people vested with power and authority to regulate the activities of the entire people. Mark you, the government is a machinery or an agency through which the will of the state, the objectives of the state, the goals of the state is actualized. So, you listening to me, if there is nothing like the state, there won't be what? Government. I believe it's clear. Mark you, I told you that the government and the state, they complement each other. It is what we say that if you rub my back, I rub your back. So the state cannot be without the government. The state cannot function effectively without the government. For the state to exist, there must be people vested with power and what? Authority to regulate, to keep the state going, to keep the state functional. I believe it's clear. Also, another relation, I told you that the what? That government and the state, they are complementary to each what? To each what? To each other. Number one, the government and the states and the what? The states. The government and the states are complementary. I believe you watching me and listening to me understands what the word complementary means. The government and the state are what? Complementary to what? Each other. Okay? And again, the state can now, the government is an agency. Mark you, learning is all about repetition. If you are out there listening to me and you are not grabbing what Vondabaic is teaching you, that means you are dumb. That means you are a chronic dullard, because we have repeated these topics there. So the government and the states are complementary towards each other. Those of you preparing for WAEC, when they ask you to list or to explain the relationship between the state and the government, if you fail it, that means you have problem. You have problem with your cognitive orientation. All right. The state and the government are complementary to each other. The government is an agency through which the objective, the what? The objectives, the aims, a state to exist, mark you, that particular state must have what? Objectives. They must have what? Goals. Are you clear? They must have what? Objective. They must have what? Goals to actualize. So there must be a group of people that will do what? Make the objective of the state to be actualized. You get it? So that is government. The government is an agency through which the objectives, the what? The will, the aims, the what? Ends of the what now? Of the state. Of the state is what? Actualized. Actualized. This is Very explicit. So clear. This is number one what? Relationship between the state and the government. Let us go to another one. Another relationship between the state and the government is that when you come to the state must have what? The body of people vested with what? Power and authority. Who are these people vested with power and authority? The state must have what? The what now? The lawmakers. The what? There must be the lawmakers in the state. There must be what? The executive. There must be what now? The judiciary. These are the agencies of the what? Government. You get it? So the government for a government to exist, for the state to exist, the state must have what? Population. The state must have what? Territory. The state must have what? Sovereignty. The state must be what? Recognized. You get it? Now, these are the attributes of the what? Of the state. The state has what? Population. The population. Okay, let me play. The state must have what? The state has the what? Following words, attributes, which we have already learned. The state has the following attributes. Can you remind me of any of them? Number one, population. The state must have what? Population. The state must have what? Population. Population. The state must have what again? Territory. If you remember when we explained the state, all these things are very clear. The state must have another one again, sovereignty. If you don't call it sovereignty, what should you call it? You call it what now? Sovereignty or what? Independence. Sovereignty or what? Independence. The state must also be what? Recognized. These are the attributes of the word state. Is that not clear? Now, why the what? The government must have what again now? The government must have what? The government must have the what? The legislature. The what? Legislature. So this legislature is the body that makes the law for the entire country, for the entire state. So the legislature does what? They make the law for the world state. Is that clear? Now, this legislative body, after making the law, they don't have the right to implement the law. Another arm of government, another organ of government, known as what? The executive. Mark you, when we say legislature, we mean the senators, the members of the world, have the reps. The state have of assembly what? Members. These are the lawmakers. Get it? Now, after the lawmakers, you must have what again now? The executive. Who are the executives? This one makes the law. After making the law, what happens? The executive does what? Implement it. They execute it. They put the laws the lawmakers have made into what? Action. I see it now. So the lawmakers make the law for the states. I told you, the state and the government are what? Complementary to what now? To each what? To each other. Why the executive will do what now? Will implement it. The law. Again, the last organ, which is the judiciary. The judiciary. What do? They do what? Interpret the laws of the world states. They interpret the law. They are in charge of the law. They interpret it. And they also punish what? Offenders. You know, in every state, in every family, there must be those that will do what? Disobey the law. So when these people, when those unrepentant, stubborn citizens disobey the law, the judiciary is set to what? Punish them accordingly. They will interpret the law to them, and then they will tell them, you have what? You have contravened the laws of the land, and therefore such people must be what? Punished. So these and more are the what? Attributes. So are the what? The what relationship that exists between the state and what? And the government. Another relationship between the state and the government is the states. Students, can you remember? I told you when we defined the state that the state is what? The state is permanent. The state, no, they go. The state remains there. The state is permanent. It doesn't go. The state is what? Permanent. Government, what happens there now? The state is what? Permanent. What happens? Why the government comes and goes. You remember I told you of a man called Hugo's Gracious. Hugo's Gracious said that what? The state is immortal. The state is what? Immortal. I believe with this our little analysis on the Vondabaic online class, you have now known what we mean by saying that the state is what? The state is permanent. I have given you instances here about how government comes and what goes, but the state remains. Yeah, Adua came with his own government. He left. Sorry, he died. He did not die with what? Nigeria. Nigeria, as a state, continues to what? To exist. So many what? So many governments have come and what? Gone. But the state remains. So another relationship between the state and the government is that what? The government is what? Is temporal. Government is temporal. Why the what? State is permanent. So the state is permanent. Why what? Why the what? The government is temporal. You know of when what is his name? Our current president of Nigeria. He came with his own government in 1983 with his own government called Why? War against what? Indiscipline. Are you with me? So when Buhari left that time, he went out with his own government called what? War against indiscipline. Other government started coming in with their own government. After their tenures elapses, what happens? They go with the government while the state remains. Beloved students, I do not intend to go further on this wonderful topic called the relationship between the state and the government, but we'll choose to stop here. Mark you, and in our next class, we'll look at a very interesting topic, so wonderful. We'll look at the topic called the nation. What is the nation? What is nation? Is Nigeria a nation or a nation state? It will be so interesting. So don't miss it until we see you again. Have a nice day, all of you. Bye.